Today we're making the cocktail called Remember the Maine.
There's some history involved here, but what you need to know is if you like Manhattans, you're probably gonna like this drink.
And he's from Maine.
Yeah, so I love this drink.
Save 15% off at awesomedrinks.com. Coupon code CMC215.
Welcome to Combat Cocktails. I'm your host, Derrick Schommer. Yes, I'm yelling. That's Ian Andrews.
You
He doesn't yell
dropped it
so
like a
much.
wrestler shaking the ropes. That's what you're doing. Boom. Ow.
I didn't hit you that hard.
You didn't, but I have like this weird thing going on with this elbow that like...
I barely touched
I
it.
think I have some scar tissue
I thought you were
going on there
doing
that's
that on
healing.
purpose.
No.
Like ow, like you just kind of.
Like how you
facetious.
suck. You suck.
Drop in the mic! I caught it.
I caught it.
I caught it a little bit.
So, we're making the Remember the Maine.
What?
Submitted by Stefan.
I forgot it. Okay, yes. Submitted my stuff. So,
And we're calling him Stefan instead of Steven because
I don't know.
Jake thought that's how your dad's name was pronounced.
No, that's his
No, his
middle
middle
name.
name was, well, I guess, and your dad's name.
So 2 ounces of rye, 3 ounces of, no, 3/4 of an ounce of sweet vermouth. Well, we pulled the sweet, that's good. 2 bar spoons of Cherry Heering, which is right here. So the bar spoon I have, this is actually, this bar spoon, the professional bar spoon we sell at Awesome Drinks, measures a bar spoon.
That's very good.
It's an actual,
Good
like,
spoon.
when people talk about bar spoon measurement, there's a specific size, and this is measured to be that. Dude!
The
I
heater
just want to
always-
kick that heater.
It always speaks up on
I
this
know.
live stream.
A half a bar spoon of absinthe. What do we got here?
Past
Absinthe?
the 65?
So this recipe submitted by Steven is a little bit different than the one he submitted. I went and I looked it up because it seemed like it could have been a classic name, and it turned out it had classic history and everything classic around it. So I just built the history for it, and I built this recipe to be more of the classic one because sometimes I get burned with user submissions where they submit something that's not like the original, and because of the fact that we have a little bit of exposure on the show, when I put out a recipe, I can get backlash if it's a classic recipe that's not using the classic. So I modified a little bit. I think a bar spoon here and there might be different. So
And Cherry Heering's really cool. It's like a smoky cherry taste.
right, and that's a half bar spoon.
Which I know for what?
I just want to tell you since I flipped
Yeah.
the card over.
yeah. I'm like, wait. I just put 2 of the Cherry Heering.
No,
in.
yeah, that one. That's just that one. I don't know how you do a half bar spoon, like
I'll figure it out.
half of it. Measure it by eye. Whatever.
That's what I do.
So, this was first described by Charles H. Baker in his book Gentleman's Companion or Around the World with the Jigger, Beaker, and Flask. That's
Nice.
a beaker. This would be a jigger. We don't have a flask here. Probably do.
Yeah, give me some cubes, buddy.
I can use some cubes.
Cube me up.
And
And then continue with the history while I start.
I shall do just that. Any more?
Oh, that's good.
Anyway.
My stirring technique.
The Maine.
Straight out of good intelligence.
Straight out, he's learning. He's gonna be a bartender soon. And that'll probably end up being. You watch. One day he's gonna be like, "Oh, I just picked up a job as bartender."
I might.
I know. That's
That'd be
something
up
I can
my
see you
alley.
doing.
Yeah.
So the Maine is a reference to a U.S. naval ship,
Yes.
which was parked off the coast of Havana in 1898, and it just blew up.
Right.
And it sunk.
Boom.
Nobody really has a complete story to why they blame the Spanish, because it was a standoff between the Spanish and the U.S. Right outside of Havana, and some newspaper or journalist or whatever decided they were going to coin the phrase "Remember the Maine" to hell with Spain, and that became the chant.
okay.
And then
To hell with Spain,
there's a
alright.
rally cry for the Spanish-American War, and this drink was kind of built in remembrance of that. And I mean, because it's supposed to be kind of classy in style. Yes. Oh, we don't have a julep strainer.
No. Oh yeah. We don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
do.
do.
It's right there
It is?
in front of your face.
In front of my face. It's right next to the what's on Derek's
What's on
shelf.
Derrick's shelf?
A double espresso,
Oh, yeah.
double caffeine, Vincent Van Gogh vodka. Is
Ooh.
that any good? It's never been opened.
I'm sure it's good.
Oh, it's gonna go bad now.
I guess you're gonna have to drink it. So you use a julep strainer when it's just ice, right? When you have no particulates like from fruit juice or whatever.
There's no fruit juice particulates in this drink that I know of. It's a coffee. With a hint of
Wash line tastic.
no garnish. Wait, let's see. Is there a garnish that I should have put on here? No garnish.
Nope.
That's the ugliest looking drink.
It's not the prettiest.
It kind of looks like root beer.
I'm thinking it's
Uncarbonated root
gonna
beer.
taste.
Doesn't it look like an uncarbonated root beer?
I think I'm gonna like this.
Based on
The fact that there's cherry herring in it.
oh, you're going on your need for the cherry,
Yeah, I like the
the
cherry
hearing.
herring.
What did I just do? Oh, there
I don't know.
Just playing with my phone. Hey, check it out. I managed to bend my phone. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It's now ergonomic.
It's like a flavored Manhattan. Well, it basically is, right? Without the bitters, without any bitters in it. Maybe the absinthe fit in for the bitters.
It's a flavor, man.
It's a cherry flavored. It's a herring flavored Manhattan.
Well, when you sent me that link saying I had this Green Point,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
and
just
then I
rye
finally did it. I'm
cocktails,
like,
yeah.
I started searching my inbox. I got like 500 submissions from people on recipe at everydaydrinkers.com. I typed rye, and this one popped up as one of the ones that all the ones I found too.
You totally throw a maraschino in here and make it a Manhattan.
Probably good. It has that little subtle vermouth taste to it. The little sweetness.
It's a sweet vermouth,
Yeah.
so which is the same you use in a Manhattan.
Sweet Manhattan.
Yeah.
I guess that would just be a Manhattan.
Right.
A little bit of fortified wine flavor, a little bit of the rye, a little
The
sweet.
absinthe is like probably just adding the bittering to it. There's not a lot in there.
No, but what the absinthe kind of does is it makes me feel like there's either either chartreuse.
The marks there.
Oh, yeah, but I figure we've finished with that one.
Okay, we're done with the mark. All right. Let's go to
It
mine.
tastes like there's a chartreuse, like that subtle black licorice anise
It's
flavor.
green pointish.
Yeah, or either yeah, it really does. To me, it has that chartreuse taste to it,
Yeah.
like a mellow chartreuse, like the yellow.
It's smooth.
Yeah,
The rye's a little bit up there up front. Like there's a little bit
it's a
of
rye cocktail.
You get it.
Definitely get. There's 2 ounces of rye. That is your center focus in this drink. This is for those that like the harder drinks. This is the classic. No juices involved.
No.
Not even like a little bit.
Which is why you use glasses like this as opposed to like a pint glass. There's a reason you use these
You need a
small
pint glass.
foo-foo glasses that people don't like because they don't hold a lot of liquor.
Because they have a lot of liquor.
Yeah.
You just don't know. ABV
This-
means something.
It's not
Science.
It's not diluted. This is a lot of liquor.
And there's enough water in there to give you that flavor, bring out the rich, like
The
that
weakest thing in this
dark
drink is
sugar.
the vermouth, right? I mean,
No, the
the
cherry
cherry
herring's still
herring
pretty. No, I think this,
this
is pretty
is
potent.
16 ABV.
16. This is 24.
Yeah.
So that's the winner.
16,
When vermouth is the
24.
weakest thing in your drink,
42.
yeah, that's is even a little bit higher proofage.
65.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a weak drink.
No, the weakest thing in here is vermouth.
Careful, people.
So you drink one of these and you remember the Maine,
Drink at your own risk.
especially if you're Ian, because he's from Maine.
Man.
You can smell the vermouth. I mean, you can smell the absinthe.
Yeah,
For half a bar spoon, just the right amount of absinthe, too.
it is, yeah. I think anything more would be a little bit too overpowering in this.
It does. It tastes like it's a component of an herbal, not Jaeger because it's not as aggressive. Jaeger's like a bear maul in the face.
When you aerosol it, you get the
That's a new thing. He's gonna write a book all about aerosol.
aerosol. Well, I think
aerosol
it
tasting.
imparts flavor to your mouth.
Aerosoltasting.com.
It puts the flavor where it belongs.
In your mouth, whole, and without getting it in your beard.
Just gotta be careful not to inhale because you,
That's true. Yeah, don't
you get smoker's cough if you aerosol.
don't get smokers. You have to learn how to do it like a pro.
Practice on water
That's true. That way, if you
for your own
drown,
safety.
then people will be like, "Oh, they drown."
At least your liver won't fail, but you might drown. So practice on water.
You die either case.
You could drown on this.
Would you rather die of drowning or cirrhosis? I think drowning.
Something, yeah, drowning
I'm
probably.
not a real big fan of dying in general.
Well, I don't want to have it. Well, it's gonna happen.
Ah,
We all do it.
that's the one sucky part is.
Yeah, I mean,
I
there's no
haven't.
getting around it.
I
You might as well
finished.
accept it.
Did you finish True Blood, the whole thing?
No.
Oh, well, see, I finished it, so I now understand the beauty of being a vampire. You get to last forever until you're not. Until you're killed.
Okay.
So there's
I
still-
don't even know if I wouldn't want to do that.
No, you
Live
know.
forever? I don't know.
Would you want to live forever? There's
Yeah.
a question.
What would you do if you lived forever? I mean, I
What's the ideal temperature?
I
That's
keep
another
myself
one.
busy. I know that.
The ideal temperature for me is 79.5. I think I'd want to. I would love to live forever. Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I'd get
too
bored.
closely. I would learn
You want
all
to get
kinds
bored?
of stuff.
Oh,
No.
you're an active person.
I would just learn everything.
Maybe if I were like at this age,
I could live an entire life. Well, yeah,
I don't
if I
want
was
to
an
live forever.
old, like,
Progressively getting older. I don't want to be like
'cause then you
100.
just
Like,
be-
oh, I want to be 200 soon, and like be 200.
no, you gotta have like it's gotta all be good.
Like Lestat.
Yeah,
That-
yeah.
okay,
You want. Then you can live multiple lifetimes doing different
Yeah.
things each time. You could be a bartender. You want to be You want to be the best bartender on earth. Well renowned. You could be that, and
Yeah.
you could be a physicist, and you could invent the
An
hoverboard.
astronaut or whatever. Yeah, that's okay.
Or an
Fair
astronaut.
enough.
I mean,
yeah.
I could. I'd rather
All right.
invent the hoverboard than be an astronaut, but because if you're an astronaut, there's a chance you might die.
Even as a vampire.
Well, I mean, you'd be in space, and there's no oxygen, and you could just
Vampires
float.
breathe.
I don't know, but would you want to be a guy that's floating in space forever?
No, probably
Indefinitely?
not. And not able to die.
Yeah.
That would suck. All right.
I know. Just saying.
Temper exit.
Oh, but there's a sign.
Temper yourself if you're gonna live forever. You gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
There you go. But I
Remember
wouldn't
the
be a
Maine.
vampire. I'd rather
Yeah.
be something I could be outside and live forever.
What-
Remember the Maine.
What are these glasses called?
That is called a classic.
Classic cocktail.
No, martini glass.
Classic martini glass.
You could call it a cocktail glass, but we call it martini
I
glass.
think of it as a cocktail glass, but classic martini glass works.
Martini, cocktail, that's what it goes in.
Whatever they are, they're available at awesomedrinks.com, along with your chef and squeezer and your dice tongs and all the other shit that we use on the show.
Ice song is very important. You need to pick some of these.
Yeah. I mean, what are they? A couple bucks?
Probably.
Yeah. So.
I don't remember. I get our prices wrong all the time.
And then bitters.
And bitters!
Bitters, of course, bitters. Everything's better with bitters.
You should always know how bitters work. Not in this
Yeah.
drink, and
Not in this
weirdly,
drink, you know.
But there's bitter
Well, this kind of
episodes
serves
all
as
over
the
the
bitters
place.
in this drink, I think.
Yeah, probably.
It's got the wormwood.
Yeah.
So.
That is your bittering agent.
Yes.
If you want to know more about bitters, you go to youtube.com/everydaydrinkers. I'm typing it out.
Yep.
And then you search in the little box, bitters. You will find every drink that has bitters, and you'll find Bitters Week. You'll find bitters explanations, bitters in this, bitters in that. I love bitters, so you're going to see all kinds
There's
of
a lot
stuff
about bitters, and bitters are really interesting. Like, I mean, not that it's happening right now, but bitters have emerged in the past few years,
happening,
decade,
yeah,
in the cocktail business and bar industries and stuff. Is like a.
It's being recognized instead of just being in the back. Like, that's something that's...
There's
fucking
more than
nuts.
just Angostura bitters out there,
Right.
And I mean, people are using them a lot more in bars and a lot more in like cocktail competitions and everything. It's become an essential tool.
And if you don't, if you know about them, you don't have to own all of them. But if you know about them, when you go to those bars and they're like, "Oh, what do you got? Oh, these are fee peach bitters, and we're using O'Regan's orange number 6." You could be like, "Oh, okay, I know what those are." You're not like, "Oh, what's that?"
Yeah.
You'll know what you're talking about.
Educate yourself.
Educate yourself. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
And because we're stupid.
What?
Well, I mean, it's funny to watch stupid people do stupid things.
Oh yeah, we do dumb stuff.
We do dumb.
I do
gotta
dumb
put that.
stuff.
I gotta put that as a quote when you go to the banner. We do dumb stuff.
It gets dumber as the night goes on.
Right.
That's
And the night goes on for
That's
us
a
every
fact.
15 minutes for you.
Yes.
That's it. We're done. EverydayDrinkers.com. We're teaching you how to drink.
Look at that. It's like a cream with that egg.
All right, cream.
It doesn't look like it's a whiskey sour because of the
Now
color.
you'll see they go.
Can we put one of these on top?
Yeah.
Yeah.